Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Mm,
Sorry, I'm logging into the computer now. I should
It's all
have that
good.
problem fixed. I'm hoping. Uh,
Good. I started the live already because usually there's a lag before people realize, oh, they're live. So
oh, gotcha. Oh,
once
that's
I
a good
see
call.
people start popping up on the count, then that'll be good. But for right now, it's just us talking to each other. Because every time we go live, it's well, look, Paul's already. So okay, here's the thing,
Hey,
Paul.
what's up, man?
Now, so Paul, your comment came through before it showed that anyone was watching. So that's nice. I was just telling Jake I started the live early before we because to get that delay out of the way because otherwise everyone misses the first couple minutes regardless. Let me know when you're on Zoom because I'll open the window then.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm getting on there now.
Yeah, no
I had
worries.
a
I'm
hell
gonna
of a
pick my
time.
nose. I'm gonna pick my nose live on the air.
No, don't do that. Don't
I'm
do
gonna
that.
flick the boogers to the side.
You're gonna kill us in the algorithm, man.
This is the first time Paul is not too late. Well, this is the second time I gave a heads up first in the status, like, hey, we're going live. What I need to do is I need to find a way to copy the link to this so I can promote it in places outside of YouTube. So I can put it, on Facebook and Twitter and all that. Well, Twitter, you
Not
got five
TikTok
people.
anymore, though. TikTok
No,
is gone.
TikTok
I
is.
think I think it's gonna come back, man.
Of course it is. Their message, though, what a pointed message. We are looking forward to working with Donald Trump. They are feeding that ego. They very smart to boost him so that he
Well, yeah,
wants
he's
to
he's
help.
already came out and flat out said he wants him back up, man.
Yeah, I mean because
I'm
you
uh,
got
I'm in I'm in I'm in the Zoom.
you're in this. Wait, they banned CapCut? I
Did it?
didn't hear that. I use
Really?
CapCut sometimes.
Oh, I gotta
Okay.
I gotta turn you down on this Zoom real quick.
Oh
Beaver
yeah,
to
I got
doober
to I got to mute my computer. Nope, mute and audio, video. Well, let's start recording. We lost a couple of people in the live
Let's do
chat.
it. Do I actually real quick? Do I sound okay on the Zoom ski poo?
Okay, hold on. Let me.
Uh,
We're gonna get an echo, but
yeah.
okay,
I just want to make sure my sound's okay because I got certain things turned down.
not echoing, and you sound better than you have. So let's cross our fingers.
All right, cool. This should be good then.
All right then.
All right.
All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand up comedian in New York City.
How's it going?
Everything sucks here. I mean, what the fuck? The NFC North was dominant all season, all except for the Bears. And then, boom, Packers are gone. And we knew the
It
Packers were
really
going to
was
go.
like the first season of Game of Thrones. It really was. You know, the North's doing great, and then boom, Joffrey's chopping fucking heads off by like episode 5.
Packers, Vikings, and after the Packers, I told you before it happened last week. I said Packers play this afternoon. They're going to lose to the Eagles. I'm jumping to the lines, and I did not see that coming. So I'm on the
No,
Bills. I want the Bills to go all the way because maybe I shouldn't because maybe that means they'll be eliminated next.
I want the whole thing to burn. I want it all to burn. I want it to be banned like TikTok. I want football to be banned like TikTok after that. Oh, that
Hey,
was I have a massive hangover from last night, man. I drank myself into a stupor after that.
I just mentioning TikTok quick. I do want to say if anybody out there, hey, I've seen and heard stories right now. If you are refreshing TikTok every 10, 15 minutes to see if it's up again, there's going to be a news story. There will be an announcement. Oh, a deal has been reached or a stay to the execution or whatever. You don't need to refresh TikTok, you fucking obsessed freaks. You'll hear about it. You will hear that, oh, TikTok is back up. So you don't need to keep opening and closing the app. I've heard stories that the obsessed are doing so.
I mean, you get addicted. What do you? I didn't need to drink, a baker's dozen fucking drinks last night, but addict's gonna addict. That's what I say.
True.
They're Twitter addicts, and dude, it's totally coming back. They're so disingenuous. It's clearly a money grab. Like the whole, oh, it needs to be bought by an American company, for security purposes. if you were that worried about the security, you would have done something about it years ago. Like they're going, oh, they have access to our information. Really? I've had it on my phone for years. They
Yeah.
already have my information. They already have everybody I know's information. If you were that worried about it, you would have said something.
You know who else has my information? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
Right.
Amazon. Oh, but those are American companies. So it's okay when American companies exploit us for financial gain. But if China exploits us because we're stupid and they can sway an election just enough, like less than a percentage point in enough states to like really dumb people that will watch a video and go, I could watch the news, but that's biased because it is, and it's lazy because it is. But I'm going to get my news from TikTok. Of course, they want it banned.
But it's my whole thing is it's just so disingenuous. If they were that freaked out about security, they wouldn't have let them do it in the first place.
Yeah.
This thing where 3 years after the fact they're
Well,
going, "Hey, I think this is a huge security risk." It's like, dude, if if they have access to all my information from TikTok being on there, then like Chairman Xi has been laughing at my porn search results for a quarter of a decade now. So what are
well,
we talking about?
well, I want to go back to football because that's what I wanted to talk about. But first, I mean, would they really have banned it up front or not let them do it? Because how many times have we heard the FDA just sort of passes something through, and then a couple of years later, it's like, oh, that has strychnine in it, or maybe there are so many things that get recalled because it just sort of breezed through the FBI, the Food and Drug Administration clearances. So I know it's a little different with TikTok, but it's like it's government. It doesn't work well. It limps along, and it is what it is. Danger Aware is telling people to like this podcast. Thank you for that.
Yes,
Let's jump back to
we
football though,
appreciate you.
because that was the first story I wanted to hit. Was I followed this from day one because it went viral. So talking about the Packers losing to the Eagles, a Packer fan went to the game in Philadelphia, which is never a good idea. Wearing Packer gear, Philadelphia is notorious for having the worst, meanest. They threw batteries at Santa, didn't they, or snowballs? Maybe they threw batteries at. So either way, they're notorious for being. They actually, it was the first and maybe only stadium to set up a court system in the bowels of the stadium, so they could just arrest people and not, wait. They just take them down and try them and fine them on the spot. All right, so this guy is
Bunch of
talking to
animals.
a guy is berating a female Packers fan. He calls her a cunt, and everybody it blows up on the internet. Find this guy. Who knows who this guy is? Internet, get to work, find him, and they did. And they found out where he worked, and they said, like, what's going to happen? So this headline took me by surprise. It was an older white guy, bald, a silver beard. So he's up there. And when they said he got fired, I did not expect the job. Eagles fan who dropped C word, cunt, for those playing along at home. Eagles fan who called Packers fired from DEI consulting job. You have an old white guy working in diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're trying to make the workplace more like society and bring in gay and gay, lesbian, black people and people of color and Hispanic. And it's an old white guy who is doing the consulting. How does he consult? Does he really just sort of like, hey, don't hire anybody that looks like me? I mean, that is just the funniest fucking job for him to have. Whatever it was, accountant, lawyer, deliver. I did not expect that the old white guy dropping the C bomb was a DEI consultant. That's
He's
just
definitely
beautiful.
dumb. If you work in that lane, you kind of can't be, calling women cunts at football games. But it's not shocking, honestly, because like, look, as much as I think it's a good thing to stress diversity in the workplace, all that. The people's whose job it is to where I'm the official diversity person, like I'm just I don't know. My job is going, hey, you should hire more. I don't know, Indonesians. I don't see an Indonesian here. Like
Right.
you're that's your job. You're a fucking grifter. Okay, you're not. I'm not saying there's not some of those people who are like, it's my mission to make things more diverse. No, they're grifters, man. I they're the people that make the videos that you get forced to watch at a corporate job about like I had to watch I had one a PowerPoint thing. Uh, it was like an hour long. I had to watch. Like I work in radio, and they fucking
Let
make
me
us.
interrupt for 1 second. Let me interrupt. They study after study after study has proven those videos make the workplace worse.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they,
after an hour of that, dude, I watched an hour long a workplace harassment video. After that hour, I'm on the side of the harassers. I'm like now happy that Harvey Weinstein's free after that fucking video. And the thing is like nobody's watching a harassment video
wait,
and they're not
Harvey's free or
harassing.
Bill Cosby's free? Is Harvey free or is Bill Cosby free?
Harvey's free.
What?
He better be free after
How
that
the fuck
fucking
did I
video.
miss that?
Yeah, you missed it. I don't know what to tell you.
I know they were retrying him.
See, this is why people have to refresh TikTok every 15 minutes to see if it's up. Sometimes big news passes you by. Harvey Weinstein's free, man.
Apparently, I'm looking right now and I can't find anything current. I'm finding a bunch of like Wikipedia, but you know how usually when you Google it says, latest Harvey Weinstein. I don't have that, but
Yeah, he's been free
fuck,
for a while now.
I knew cause. Wow, that one went right by me.
Yeah, yeah, he's out. But yeah, my point is the people that make those videos, the diversity videos, the workplace harassment videos, whatever, they're grifters, man. Their thing is like, let me just do this, force big companies to do it, otherwise like the law makes them do it, I think, in New York, and they
Yeah,
basically guilt trip people into doing this, and then they have to pay them so much money to he's with a consulting firm that what it's a DEI consulting firm, like
right.
how much money
That's an even bigger grift because
how
you
much
hire
money
this
do I have
firm.
to pay you to
Yeah.
just go like, Dad, I don't see enough Latinos here. You know what I mean? Like what you got to pay 10 grand for that? Like that is a shakedown. That is a corporate shakedown. It is a hire
What?
us as a consulting firm. Otherwise, you're a bigot. It is a grift. It is a fucking grift.
I wouldn't call it a shakedown because I think they do it for an image thing. It's not like the consultant comes in and says, "You better hire me or you're going to look bad." I think the company says, "We better hire them or we'll look bad." See, we want to put on the appearance that we're including DEI in our workplace. So they hire the old bald white guy to tell us, like you said, I'm looking around. Yeah, I'm saying, okay, let's get two Asians in here, one
No,
Hispanic,
this
and
dude is a lying grifter. He claims
I'm not saying he's not.
in the firm he claims to be non-binary or something. It's not true. He fucking he's a lying grifter.
He is, he is, he is. But I mean, Mike, but to go to the initial point, I would have put DEI consultant at 101. If you gave me 100 guesses, DEI consultant would have been number 101. Hey, India, come to India. Okay, next up, live podcast from India.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
uh, okay, next story. Where is the Oh, I always like these. We've done another one like this. Man accused of stalking Caitlyn Clark, college basketball phenom, now turned pro, says he wants to stay in jail and yells he's guilty as charged in court. But here's the deal. Moments after Marion County Superior Court Judge Angela Davis called Lewis's case, Lewis, without prompting, shouted that he is, quote, guilty as charged. He blurted out, "Throw me in the bookie." And I guess, and then the judge told him to sit up and not interrupt. It's somewhere in here. She filed guilty on his behalf. The judge, God, there it is. The judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. This is fucking up the court system. If the guy, how do you plead? And he says, I plead guilty, that should be the end of it. Why the fuck is the judge stepping in and going, okay, I know he's pleading guilty, but let's turn this into a long, drawn out, taxpayer paid fucking. Why? Why are judges
Well, to be
stepping
fair to the
in?
judge, harassing a WNBA player online, not only is it legal in Texas, it'll get you elected to office. So, like, I think the judge made the right call.
Oh, was it only online that he was harassing her?
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe I missed that. I mean, I suppose it wouldn't be too hard to follow basketball player around. He's got to stay away from the field house in Indiana. Did
Yeah,
it
he
say
was
where
like
he lives?
threatening her and her boyfriend and stuff like that. Like he was saying he was going to go. I
Well,
don't know.
he is a
I wish
Texas
I
man.
had
You're
any
right. She's an
tools.
Indianapolis player. He's in Texas. But yeah, so
I wish I had
online harassment. Ooh,
you
you
know
know who you
messages.
you know why he got arrested? I'm going
Mm.
out on a limb here. You know why he got arrested? Melania Trump. That was her pet cause, is she was going to handle online bullying, and Caitlyn Clark can thank Melania Trump for bringing awareness to online bullying. And he's arrested, but he's not going to jail because why do judges enter not guilty? Hello, Romania.
How's it going, Romania? Uh, yeah, I mean, I think it's this sort of thing. I don't know why the judge would enter not guilty. I actually missed that part.
Oh, that was the only reason I sent it. That was the only reason I sent this story, because he screams guilty and the judge says, "I'm entering a plea on your behalf." Why?
maybe just to piss the guy off. Maybe just 'cause it's like, really, you hate this
Reverse
courtroom so bad?
psychology.
Guess what? Guess what? We're doing a long. I got nowhere to go, buddy. I got an office full of clean robes. I got a desk full of coffee and Monster Energy drink. I will sit here and have this trial with you for fucking months, bud. It's gonna be the trial of the century.
He told the court he has $100 in savings, and that he lives in his vehicle. So literally, that's why he wants to go to jail. He's homeless. So the judge is like, okay, you think you're going to jail to getting 3 meals a day and a shower with occasional shower sex from another dude? No, you're staying in your car. You're staying in your car. Prison to you is like a bonus because you get fed.
Yeah, bonus. Yeah, prison is an upgrade. I sentence you to whatever shitty life you were living that led you to stalk WNBA players. Jesus Christ, even the other stalkers in prison are going, I'm stalking Taylor Swift. You're stalking WNBA players?
Hey, Caitlyn Clark is the Taylor Swift of the WNBA, which means she's one millionth of the popularity. But
Yeah,
she's a name.
I mean, dude, I not to shame, not to. I'm look, man. I know I look like a hungover thumb right now. I'm not stalkable either. I'm just saying, WNBA players are not drafted for their stalkability. Let me just say it like that. You know what I mean? It's a weird
Wait,
choice to stalk WNBA players.
Paul has a good point. You got to start somewhere as a stalker. Baby steps. You don't just jump to Taylor Swift. You feel out Caitlyn Clark. You see what you can get away with, and then you up your game. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, I think that's good. You don't become. Let's use the WNBA or NBA. You don't jump to the pros. You start as an amateur. He's an amateur stalker. He started right. I like Paul's take. I'm on Paul's side here. That
Uh, See, and that even bugs me that he's using Caitlin Clark as a stalking open mic. You know, it's just what the hell, man. I think this guy should care for that.
Okay, so I have a question. Let's go to the comments. Huge ass. May God strike you
Wait, hang
down.
on. We got a good. Rico says, "Bro's hairline is the wildest of work." Yeah, I mean, I
It's the
I look.
thin part. It's the yeah. But
It's
well,
basically what my hairline has done is it has grown into the landing strip. You remember where the porn stars would shave in the landing strip in about 2002 to 2005.
oh yeah, I actually have a bit right now where I turned my pubes into a landing strip because I was tidying up down there, and I made a mistake on one side, so I had to try and even it out on the other side, and so I kept smoothing, trying to even, and I ended up with a landing strip on my pubes. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna say something that I say on stage. You know, it looks really good on a woman, a landing strip. You know, it looks stupid as shit on a man, a landing strip. So
I
it's
actually I have a Hitler mustache above mine.
that's
I
the next part of the
do.
joke. That's where I go, as I am talking about shaving down the landing strip so it looks even less silly. I ended up with a Hitler. That's the whole bit.
Yeah. I give it a little comb over and I put little glasses on it and I do little angry penis talk.
But I want to go back to huge ass quick. Huge ass, may God strike you down. Okay, we get into this confusion. Both of us, one of us, who may God strike down? Are we two for one? Is it? I'm curious. I got to know.
As an atheist, I don't think he'll do it by the end of this podcast.
No, maybe.
I'll bet my
It fits you honestly. Oh well, see, your hairline is wild,
thank
but it fits you. It fits your
you. Hell
face.
yeah. Hell yeah. I looked even stupider with hair. I'll say that.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Oh, let's do this story and then the next one. Carrie Underwood's Trump inauguration performance. People get angry online. Hey, here's the deal. We've talked about this before. Stay with me as I walk you through this. A country artist is performing for Trump. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Wild prediction. If I get this right, I'm going to buy a lottery ticket because this is how insightful I am. I am guessing two things. One, her fans already like Trump and don't care. And two, everybody crying and throwing a fit and how dare she perform. They don't listen to her anyway. She is not harming her base. She is harming a reputation she doesn't care about because they don't listen to her. They're just bitching because they like to bitch about Trump. Shut the fuck up. And on that note, I'll jump to the next story, which is
Wait, wait,
headline.
wait.
Wait, wait,
Okay,
wait. Here's what a former RuPaul drag race queen said about Carrie Underwood. Why do we care? Why is that a news story? Why is that a headline? Here's what a former drag race queen said about. Why do we give a fuck? How is that news? Let her perform. Who cares? Why do we cry about fucking
I
everything?
will say I did like what the RuPaul drag queen said. It was
Uh,
pretty goddamn funny. It's a funny ass comment, dude. It
Read
was
it out. Do you have it in front of you, or do you want me to?
if you got it open, yeah,
I,
kind of down and
I hope he
have
cheat
it open.
again. The drag star wrote, and you get charged with vandalism to that man vehicle. No, is that the
That's
one or?
fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. If you
Oh,
know
because
the
she's
song,
gonna, yeah, before he cheats,
I
right?
took Louisville Slugger to both headlights. Yeah, it's a funny ass dude. She had it. She had a good one. She had a good one. If it's funny, say what the fuck you want. You know what I mean? Like,
I did hear a good one where it said it was someone complaining, but their point was, I guess, God, it was along those lines of Carrie Underwood says if he cheats, she'll take a vehicle to him unless he's credibly accused of rape and cheats on his recently giving birth. But it categorized it. It was the same thing, only a little more bullet point, talking about what Trump has been
sure,
found guilty
nah,
of.
I like the drag queens one better. It's
Yeah,
funny.
it's punchier. It's
Vandalism,
punchier.
what you did to that truck. That's funny. That's funny. It's based on her hit, you know. But no, I will say the people complaining about her, uh, uh, endorsing Trump. You were on the exact other side of it when Taylor Swift endorsed Harris, and you were
Good
calling all those
goddamn point.
what were you saying about the people that criticized her? I mean, because I was saying, of course, she's going to vote against Trump. She's a female pop star, man. Like, he got
Yeah.
0% of the female pop star votes. What the fuck are we doing? And I even said at the time, you get the country people. The conservatives get the country people. The liberals get the pop stars. Like, that's just the way it is. So, like, don't be shocked. You know, dudes after NASCAR races aren't sitting there, at the press conference going, I want to thank the good Lord for giving us a good race today. I also want to give a shout out to Andrea Ocasio Cortez. You my girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Uh,
not happening.
Fuck Joe Biden chance did not begin at the WNBA. They began at
Yeah.
NASCAR.
Yeah. 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 So country star's going to go for Trump. Like, what's the fucking shocker there?
Okay. Paul said Carrie Underwood probably got paid well for the performance, which is tomorrow. But so I tried Googling Carrie Underwood pay for the inauguration because I think they donate their time. Nothing came up. So I turned to Gemini, the Google AI bot, and I just typed in, what is Carrie Underwood being paid to sing at Trump's inauguration? Here is the AI response. I can't help with responses on elections and political figures right now. While I would never deliberately share something that's inaccurate, I can make mistakes. So while I work on improving, you can try Google search. They have shut down political questions on AI, at least Google. I'm logging into Chat GPT right now. I got logged out. So let's see if Chat GPT can find anything.
AI is smart enough not to get involved in politics. I like that.
Apparently. So I'm going to try this. What name? Up to this point, we have been ignoring you.
Wait,
Who?
have we been ignoring name?
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
see name have a comment
Oh,
there.
I know name is a good guy.
Yeah.
He. I'm not trying to call him out here, but I'm not going to use his name. He's on the spectrum, so he does this with me sometimes. Like if you don't respond immediately, he thinks that it's personal. Dude, don't take it personal. We got a chat going on here. We're talking. It's all good. We're not ignoring you. We just don't see everything. So, all right, I got ChatGPT
Yeah, we're
going.
not on to farts, man. We don't have any fart stories today. I'm sorry.
Being paid. Talk while I type.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. You're looking
Free
up.
free verse rap. I want you to free verse rap.
Yeah. No. I'm too hungover to rap. Besides, I'm a country guy. I was at Trump's inauguration.
Just for the record, I spelled inauguration incorrectly both on Gemini and ChatGPT, and it had to correct me. It's like, did you mean inaugural? I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to spell that. So ChatGPT is running, and it's actually trying. It was a
I
joke. It was names for as well.
Yeah. I mean,
It went blank. It didn't give me an answer. It's never. It went searching. There are no credible sources confirming that Carrie Underwood is being paid for performance at Donald Trump's inauguration. Details about specific compensation have not been disclosed publicly. Her involvement, but it doesn't say that she's donating her time. It just says that they
dude,
can't find an answer.
I think she's such a Trump stan. She's doing it for. She's being paid in Trump NFTs. I'm gonna make my prediction right now. Trump NFTs.
That makes it worth it. Bonnie AB11206. I'm gonna give both of you all absolutely the most devious, most insane backshots you have ever gotten from another man. Oh, all right. Well, there we go. We are a DEI podcast. We welcome the gay community to send us inappropriate nudes.
Yeah, I appreciate anybody flirting with me in my old age these days. I take it as a compliment, sir.
Well, I mean, any dad does. That's the whole point. You get to dad age and you got kids, and it's like, ooh. So I apologize for what I'm about to say. I have a bit about that, which is it's true. I do well with the gay community. I find it flattering. I know that there are extremely homophobic, like tough guys that are like fucking gays. No, gay guy like me. I'm like, okay, I got something going on. I take it as a compliment.
Yeah, I'm not pretty enough for gay dudes. They don't hit on me at all. Fugly women with bad childhoods. You know what I mean? That's my demo.
It's not a bad demo to have because I got a buddy that is in a situationship with a woman right now that he admits he is not attracted to. He's like, but he says she had a fucked up childhood, and he said, dude, she does everything in the bedroom to keep me happy because it's sort of like a sad
That was
desperation.
dark. I was more making like a cutesy little joke, but you know what I mean? Like I don't
Well,
like.
yeah, he's taking advantage. It's not nice, but
Uh, yeah, I was more kidding about is all. I didn't,
oh,
you know.
he's serious. I'm new here. What are we talking about? By the way, we got the same mic. Oh, he's got the same. The navigate. We just talk about news stories. We started with football. We're going on to Carrie Underwood taking shit for performing for Trump, and we're moving on right now to here. Okay, this has been in the news for 2 days. I actively heard a news source. I'm going to read the headline. Starbucks' latest policy update garners mixed reactions among consumers. Absolute terrible and greedy decision. What Starbucks has done is they said you have to make a purchase in order to use our restroom and or sit in the shop all day. You can't just come in, set up a laptop and sit there. You can't be homeless and walk into the bathroom and take a shit. And the news source, I heard a podcast. It might have been the New York Times, but they said, why would they ever have an open door policy in the first place? How fast do you fucking forget? I remember the instant they said, how could they? It
That
was
was a massive news story. Yeah.
it was a massive news story where a couple black people, black men, I believe, called discrimination because they were waiting for a friend, and a manager was like, "Hey, if you're not going to buy anything, get out of here." And they said, "We're just waiting for someone." They cried racism. They shut down every. How do you not remember that? So after that, they said, "All right, it's a free for all. We will never ask anyone to leave." And look how it turned out. Here we are, several years later, and you have the homeless taking baths in the sink, and you have people just show. Of course, there should be nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, this is a business. You got to buy a fucking $7 cup of coffee to sit here and use our Wi Fi or to take a shit in the sink of our bathroom. Keep the fucking homeless out." Why would you ever have an open door policy? I don't understand how this is a mixed decision, mixed takeaway where people are like, how dare Starbucks? You have talked about in the past going to McDonald's in Manhattan and the homeless treat it like a go ahead. I've been talking enough. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was such a wild, just sort of overcorrection, where the response was, "Hey, yeah, the manager that called the cops on those guys, He was being a bit of a dick. Sorry about that. They instead were like, no, no, no. Here's how not racist we are. Not only will we not call the cops on anybody, especially if they're black, we will let them shoot up an OD in the bathroom. Huh? Huh? That's how we.
Especially if they're black.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, 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 no. They let anybody shoot up an OD in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like that is, and it's like, dude, that's. I don't think that's. I don't think that's what anyone wanted you to do, man. And I love that, like, when they did it, they thought they were going to be like spearheading some movement to, like, I don't know, all businesses were going to just allow homeless people to go in the bathroom and shit their pants out. And everybody was up like, nah, you out there alone, bro. You're the only one that's going to do this.
It's insane. Um, name literally said, "Sorry, I'm autistic," and that's why. And that's what I said. Yeah, no, and today I think people are. Nobody's mad at you. We're all good. We're all good. Paul says a lot of places you go say bathrooms are for customers only. I would say that I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm making a prediction. 90+% of businesses prefer, even if they don't have the sign up, they just don't want people walking in. Even Target does not want someone just ducking in to use the bathroom. They let it happen, but I don't think they have the but no business really wants anyone there. All right,
No,
so I've seen this
there's
pop up
certain ones where you
twice.
get away with it, like McDonald's here. So you never use the bathroom
Yeah.
in a New York McDonald's. It's yeah, it's homeless people. It's rough, dude.
Okay, let's turn to Bobby Kumar. He's posted this twice. Help me, bro. You got to be more specific. What do you need help with, Bobby? We will talk you through anything because we are psychological experts, so we can talk you, but help you, bro. It's too generic. We need something specific.
Do you know? Oh, do you know what it means to get piped by another man? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he wants.
Where'd I
He,
miss that?
he wants to. He wants to have three-way sex with us. He's
Oh, I didn't see all those. He's not
yeah.
gay. Bri,
Do
help me, help
you feel
me.
like is are we getting stalked like Caitlyn Clark? Is he Caitlyn Clark? Is this the same guy? Is
It
he
might be.
let him go and now he's driving around stalking us?
I mean, why not? He could pull into, well, he can't go into a Starbucks, but he can sit outside a Starbucks in his home, his vehicle, and steal the Wi Fi and stalk us. Yeah.
He could damn sure go to a McDonald's and do that. They'll let him do that there.
All right. We got time for one more story on the podcast part, and then we'll turn to the live because we just got our timer alert. Uh, I expected this to happen. It's still humanity's fucked. We are such assholes to one another. Hundreds of Los Angeles landlords hike rents to capitalize on desperate fire evacuees. Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency, and it triggered a key protection for tens of thousands of evacuated Angelinos, saying that you cannot raise the rent by more than 10%, but landlords are just jacking it up. It says at least 400 rental properties. But here's my favorite part of the story. So it's one of the more extreme examples is a Tudor mansion, not Tudor, Tudor mansion in Bel Air that was listed for $29,000 a month in December, but now 39,000. There was an apartment for 3,900. That's 5,000 for 6,000. So if you're renting a $29,000 a month house, I'm not saying you can afford a $39,000, but you're dealing with the richest of the rich here. This is not a middle class
Yeah,
gouging. I'm sure there are other ones, but these examples they're giving on Monday, a newly remodeled luxury home appeared for $25,000 a month. When it was last listed, it was only 19,000. This is not something your average person is. I'm sure there are rents that were 1,000 that are now 3, but these examples they're giving are kind of silly. I thought that was kind of funny.
yeah. Yeah, they should really be giving examples that are like a few thousand a month, as opposed
Yeah.
to tens of thousands. Because it's sort of like, did you learn nothing from Luigi Mangione? Remember when everybody cheered that guy for murdering a man in Midtown? I was like, what do you? And then they print this shit. Did you know that the wealthy are having a hard time finding new mansions? Why they're having to move back to their second homes? Like don't do that. You're gonna get Luigi. Whoever wrote that, you're gonna get Ouiji'd.
Whoever wrote it, they're going to take it out on the reporter. They're Andrew Romano. So they're going to whoever they're Luigi's 2.0 is going to go over the report. How dare you report on what they're doing? Uh,
hang on, hang on. Hey, Bonnie's got a good one.
I
Bonnie's got a
saw
good.
that. I was
He
going to
said,
turn to it.
my brother in the green sweater. That's me. You are built like Alvin the Chipmunk. If he got divorced, fell into a deep depression, became an alcoholic and homeless, you know? And the worst part, I can't even go to Starbucks anymore. It's brutal.
Well,
It's
and the
brutal
thing
for a
is,
chipmunk
you
out
were
here.
already an alcoholic, so
Yeah.
you're there.
Yeah, dude, I was an alcoholic when she married me, Alvin. You got to marry another drunk. That's the move.
Paul, if I could afford 29,000 a month, I'm pretty sure I would move somewhere else to own my own land. If I could afford 29,000 a month, I mean, maybe once you just get in that mindset where you're like, oh, I have this money, so I have to live this lifestyle, champagne lifestyle. I'd be like, that is not just a down payment on a house. That is like a huge in the Midwest. You don't have to live in the Palisades. You could
Yeah,
probably buy a property in Los Angeles, make a down payment. It's just
right.
that when you want to live a certain way. All right, let's sign off the
Oh,
podcast
wait,
and turn to the
wait,
live chat because we did our
hang
last story.
I got Bonnie on YouTube's back. Okay, I'm sorry. You middle-aged white dudes that can't impress their girls anymore didn't deserve that. Can you ever forgive me? Hey, listen. I don't impress my wife, but the girl on the side, she fucking loves me. You take that back, Bonnie. You take that back, Bonnie.
I'm going a different direction. I'm saying right here, fuck you, Bonnie. I could never impress girls. You think anymore? I never had it. So you're trying to give me credit for shit I never had. Oh, you can't impress girls anymore. I never could. So
Yeah,
back
and
at you.
I don't try to impress girls. I try to impress full-grown women. What am I, Diddy? Come on now.
Paul points out that Theodore wore the green sweater. I don't got Paul. I hope you Googled that because that's a little harsh knowledge. The only one I can remember is Alvin, but I couldn't tell you what he wore.
Well, yeah, I
All
don't
right,
know.
hold on. Let's sign off quick,
I
and
don't
then
know
we'll stick to the
chipmunk
chat.
deep cuts.
Hey, if
What's
you're
up?
listening to us on Spotify or watching the YouTube rebroadcast, thank you. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. We go live every Sunday when we record, somewhere around noon Eastern, a little after, something like that on YouTube. Not TikTok, not anymore. Haha. I can be found at nathantimmel.com. I have a t-shirt store. I have books I've written, so go look up that stuff. Jake can be found at Jake Vevra on all social media. He's got a 1 hour special, Unalived by Dog Pills. Go give it a watch, a like, a comment, spread the word. I've got a 1 hour special, Unapologetic. You'll like this. If it, okay, really quick, go look up Nathan Timmel Unapologetic on Amazon Prime. They have they created the wrong backdrop. I sent in artwork, so it's like this is my Nathan Timmel comedy special. They took the backdrop from I looked it up. I can't remember the name. The Night of the Harvest, a B level horror movie. So
That's
it
all.
says Nathan Timmel unapologetic, but the poster art is ugly, scared teenagers, and it's like a low budget Roger Corman piece of shit
Okay.
horror movie you've never heard of. And so go look up Nathan Timmel on unapologetic on Amazon, and you don't need to watch it there. Go watch it free on YouTube. But it's the funniest thing to see my special on YouTube with this shitty horror movie as the image.
Yeah.
And Paul says we both have funny ass specials. All right, thanks for listening. We are
Thanks, man.
signing off the recorded version. We're going live.
I'm gonna let Bonnie on YouTube blast me in the ass after this to distract me from the pain of what happened to the Lions last night.
All right, we have stopped recording.
All right. We're
All
just on.
right, live chat. What do you got for us?
That's just for Zoom.
What have I missed? I can plug my good mic into my phone so that I can be heard better and not all echoey.
Oh, dude, I'm not lying.
Hey, Joe Baby just showed up. Joe Baby, you were late, and I even announced online when we were going live. Hi, Joe Baby.
What's going on? We are still on.
So Paul says he did not Google that. It's just knowledge I retained from growing up the 80s and having 4 kids. I don't even know if my kids are 10 and 12. I don't know if they know Alvin and the Chipmunks. I don't know if we, you know, if
Yeah, my still
I
too
know
young.
they've never seen a movie. Do they have Christmas specials or anything? Yeah, I don't know that my kids know Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, they kind of fell off, man. They kind of dipped in the last 10 years or so. You know who's huge for little tiny babies? Yours
Bluey.
this Miss Rachel. You ever heard of Miss Rachel?
No.
Holy fucking shit, dude. Uh, I don't know how the hell people had kids before Miss Rachel. I'm telling you, you get on YouTube and type in Miss Rachel, you throw that in front of a baby or a toddler, they are transfixed.
Is it educational or is it just like distracting, shiny edits that fucks with their brains and
Educational.
turns into the ADHD nightmares?
Education, she teaches them, stuff like ABC. She teaches them how to say mommy. She teaches them that Trump really won the 2020 election. There's all kinds of stuff that she flips in there. You know what I mean?
There was election fraud.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Joe, baby, I'm just picking on you. Don't apologize. I'm just saying hi in my own rude way. I didn't mean to make you say. Don't apologize.
We love you, Joe.
Um,
1975.
Joe Baby's in Cleveland, I believe. I told her that I'm going to be performing at the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls the end of February 27, 28, and March 1st. So anybody out there listening to this that's in the Cleveland, Cuyahoga Falls, Akron area, come see me at the end of February. I had a shit show last night. It was actually a good show. I showed up and the guy's like, yeah, we sold 2 tickets. And that was my, I'm like, you didn't think to like call me and cancel and say, hey, let's not do this? But I performed for 2 people. It was great. They loved me. I just basically talked to them like I'm talking to you now. I said, well, here's
Oh,
my
that's
act.
brutal.
Luckily I'm a storyteller. But yeah, that was my show last night. So I need more people to come out to the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls. More than 2 people a show.
So they paid a whole staff to just sit there.
It was just a bartender. It was a
Wow.
open. So it was the manager, the bartender, and then the 2 customers. And I stood at the bar and and I told them. They said, "How are you going to do this?" I said, "Well, luckily I am not a knock knock who's there set up punchline waiting for you to laugh." I said it's very conversational, so you guys can jump in. And I told my stories, but it was like if they sparked, it turned into a conversation, and they laughed at all the right places. It was a great show. What I showed was like we sold 2 tickets. I'm like, I could have stayed home. I could have stayed home.
That's a rough one, man. I'm shocked that the club even stayed open. I mean, I have done like small sets in
Yeah,
like bar shows for like 2 people. You know what I mean? But not like a comedy club. You know what I mean? It was just like in the back
it was a
room.
one-off. It was a one-off show. But Paul's got a comment for you, Jake.
Oh, let's see. When I was in basic training in the Army back in '94, our drill sergeant said that the fall of society. Wait, our drill sergeants said that the fall of society is because we didn't watch Mr. Green Jeans. I have no fucking idea what Green Jeans is. Yeah.
Isn't that Captain Kangaroo? It was Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans. Captain Kangaroo would be like Mr. Rachel today or Fred. It was like a version of Mr. Rogers. I believe Captain Kangaroo was somewhat educational, and one of his characters was Mr. Green Jeans. It was a guy that wore, it might have been green overalls.
I
I
do like the
forget.
idea of an angry drill sergeant yelling about children's cartoons. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he's not just like the
It
guy in a
wasn't a
box.
cartoon. It was a real dude.
Yeah, he's just yelling homophobic slurs at people, just like, do you suck dicks? Did you watch Mr. Green Jeans? I didn't fucking think so, Private. You ain't shit if you ain't seen Mr. Green Jeans. That's why it's a generation full of pussies. Drop down and do push ups.
Now I'm hearing you say that, and I'm imagining those lines in Full Metal Jacket, like Arlie, he just yelling them. Private, what did he call fucking Vincent D'Onofrio?
Private Pile.
Pile,
Yeah.
Pile. Did you watch Mr. Green Jeans on Captain Kangaroo?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Are you retarded? You know.
That's right.
And then they canceled
I
him for
you
saying
didn't watch
retarded.
Green Jeans. Now choke yourself. God damn it.
Bunny's having fun. Can you address the allegations from 2009? No, that was a movie. I know what you did in 2009. That was a horror movie. I know what you did last 2009. We were
Oh,
forced to watch the Red Green Show by my dad. Oh my God. I can't imagine watching that as a kid. I didn't realize how hilarious it was until now. Is Red Green still on? I mean, that went forever.
I will say nothing is making me feel younger than hearing all you old people talk about children's shows references that I have no idea about.
Red Green was not a children's
Look,
show.
old
It was like a
know
comedy Lawrence Welk show. It was obscure, whatever. Drill sergeants were some of the best comedians. I have heard stories, but yeah, they
funny.
are drill
We,
sergeants still allowed now, or is society too fragile? Do they have to be kinder? Like,
they were
like,
hilarious back in 2005 when I was in, man.
but what do they do with the society today?
I don't know. Dude, all of this fucking talk you hear on like right wing news about the woke
The woke
army military.
military, yeah.
No, it's not, dude. I promise you. I know I was in 20 years ago. That's when I was, joined. But like, dude, these were the least progressive men on the fucking planet. I promise you, it is not. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I do know. Well, we've talked about this. The military did do a couple things, like they lowered both education standards and physical standards. I saw that when I visited touring, doing comedy for troops, and I would look at them. I'm like, how the fuck did you make it through basic training? And then you look and the news says, yeah, we weren't getting enough recruits, so we kind of like, oh, instead of doing
Well,
25 push-ups, you have
but
to do a push-up.
realize,
But
and if you're on like a regular like duty station base,
yeah,
most people aren't like combat MOSs. You know what I mean? Like I was in the infantry, so I was in pretty good shape. But like
right.
you know, basic training is a few fucking months when you join up.
Oh,
Maybe
and then
longer
you gain it all back. Yeah, it's like
for
a crash diet.
your
Like you,
MOS.
you.
You know,
All
but then
right.
it's like go to a unit. And to be fair to that, I don't. The guy who's doing fucking payroll, I don't give a shit how many push-ups he can do. Don't fuck my pay up. You know what I mean? Like if you eating Twinkies gets you in a mindset to where you're not going to ruin my pay, fucking eat Twinkies, bud. I don't need you to be.
That's a good point. Yeah, these were military bases, but because I'm dumb, and I think a lot of people do this, is you generalize. You forget the breakdown between active combat troops there's a lot of paperwork in the military. There's a lot of office jobs.
Well,
There's a
yeah,
lot of logistics.
and so when you go to a base, if it's a really big base, there's a ton of buildings and shit.
Yeah.
It's you have all the jobs in the military of like kind of running a small city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
No, every base is its own entity. Yeah. You got to fill the PX. You gotta have the cafeteria. You gotta have every yeah.
yeah, right.
Sophie and Ken says he's a member of the Possum Lodge. Is that a real thing or is that a joke? Sophie and Ken, I don't get that comment. I'm a member of the Possum Lodge. Is it? I'm missing
Dude, this whole
something.
chat filled with references I have no fucking clue about, man.
Yeah. Joe Baby watched Benny Hill. I remember Benny Hill. Here's how stupid I am. I remember watching Benny Hill, and I was a young kid, and I didn't know what television broadcasting was. So I remember every episode of Benny Hill thinking, this might be the episode where I see boobs. Like I always
Right?
thought like because they played around the boobs, and I always thought that I'm like, oh, I might see boobs today. Like I had no idea they couldn't broadcast boobs, but I thought like, oh, British
Yeah.
television is different. But it was just I always thought I was going to see boobs on, and I was always slightly disappointed when they didn't actually show the boobs on Benny Hill. I remember that. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I never actually saw Benny Hill, man. I at least get the reference, like I know what it is. I've never seen
Oh,
it.
Red Green was set at Possum Lodge. Okay, I've never seen it. I know what Red Green is, but I did not know actually what it was. So thank you for explaining that, Sophie and Ken. And Paul just pointed out what we did is yeah, there's a lot of regular jobs in the army, and that's what I said is I tend to make a general. It's the military, which means everybody's on the front lines. But no, there's probably more logistics than there are combatants. I
Oh
would
yeah, way
guess.
way more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
way
right.
more.
Well,
Like,
if we
like I
get a
said,
few more comments, we
all
can address them. Otherwise, we can sign off. We just lost a couple people watching, but yeah. If you got a comment, TU695 Miguel, I don't get it. Two is you 6995 is 69. Is that sexual and not sexual? I don't know.
that might said his MOS. I don't know.
Well, two Miguel. So I'm stereotyping Miguel Hispanic name. So two means you. So you 6995. I don't know.
I don't know. I think I think you're way going uh, uh, beautiful mind on this one, man. I think you're looking too into the two.
When Paul just got out of the army, he used to tell me he's a combat drywall. Hey, the Seabees of the Navy really are combat drywallers because they go in first and set up in danger zones. They would try and create camps. So Seabees, they saw the shit when they were trying to build. All right, we're gonna sign off. I gotta do some errands before the afternoon games. Fucking Packers, fucking Lions, Vikings, haha. But so go Bills. That's my team until they get them eliminated. Anybody but fucking Kansas City. I am so 5 years ago, yeah, Kansas City deserved it. They were the Cinderella story, come from nowhere. Mahomes was new to the league. I'm just fucking sick of them. Anybody but the Chiefs. Go, hi,
I want
puppy.
anybody but the Commanders. I'm bitter about last night. I'm bitter
There you
about
go.
last night. Fuck that team. Oh, doggy.
Yeah, this is Alexander Puppington.
That
There's a
team was damn
million things she hasn't done, but just you wait.
dude. Their team name was a racial slur till 20 minutes ago. Fuck those guys, man.
I forget their new name. I still call them. I call them Washington when I can't remember because it's like they're the Redskins. Oh wait, no, that's the mean name. They're the Washington. I can't even tell you
Dude,
right now what the Cleveland Indians are. What are the Cleveland Indians?
oh, I don't know. I don't follow baseball, but you know
No,
what?
neither do I. I can't remember, but they changed their stand. I watched after Bob Uecker died. I watched Major League the other day, and it was fucking great. See,
Oh,
like they got the guys in the stands and the headdress, and you're like, "Hey,
man,
it's off the
great.
reservation." Why? Like nothing they would put in a movie today is, "Oh, it's beautiful."
Oh no, well, I mean, dude, to be fair to them, like that was the team name. They were
Yeah,
just as the fucking mascot. They weren't even, you know what I mean? Like you got to kind of, oh, the
the
Guardians.
Guardians. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would not have pulled the Guardians. That nowhere. I mean, me saying the Cleveland Guardians would have been like, oh, you know what that Philadelphia Eagles fan was? He was a DEI consultant. Nowhere in my brain is the Guardians. Thank you, Rich. And Joe Baby
no,
called it too. But
yeah,
all
you
right,
know,
let's sign off. We've been bothering people long enough. Thanks for the people say Joe Baby said goodbye. Paula says to have a good day.
I
Thanks for
will wait
tuning in.
before we sign off. Before we sign off, here's what the Redskins. It always bugged me. This is it bugged me that they didn't have a backup name because I'm like, how do you not just have a plan B? Because they were just the Washington football team for like a couple years,
Yeah.
and it's how do you not just have like a hey, seriously, if they force us to not have a racial slur as our team anymore, how do you not have a backup plan? What I think what they should have gone with because Commanders is a shitty name. This would have been an easy one. They barely needed to change the logo at all. The guy on the logo, lighten his skin a bit, take the feather out, put a cowboy hat on, Washington Rednecks. Boom. That would have been fucking great. It would have been hilarious. You would have gotten so many just fans because they love the name. It would, yeah.
Yes. Hey, Jake, if this is okay with you, I'm so glad I remembered. I am traveling for comedy next week. I will have my kids with me because I have to go to Wisconsin and I got to leave one with grandma and grandpa because Lydia's gone. My wife is gone. So there's a whole kerfuffle. I don't think I will be back. Can you do next afternoon, like when I like 2 p.m., 1 p.m.? What do I need to get back by to make this happen?
I, I should be able to. Yeah, I got to talk to the wife, but I should be able to do
All
the
right.
after.
Anybody watching, I'll try and announce next week when we're going. I just remembered that I will not be back in time next week because I'm traveling. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm pressing the button.
Later.